Millions of people begin their day in a state of immediate cognitive vulnerability, reaching for external stimulation before they even fully wake up. This reflex hijacks the brain's dopamine pathways. By the time you stand up, your focus is already fragmented, making the rest of your day feel like an uphill battle for clarity. To defend your attention, establish a 1-hour digital shield. Pair this total disconnection from technology with a commitment to wake up at the exact same time every single day. Mastering that first hour transforms the beginning of your day from a reactive trap into a proactive defense against external chaos. Relying on the forced dread of an alarm clock is unsustainable. Biology favors those who have an internal reason to move. This is Ikigai. It maps the intersection of what you love, what you are skilled at, what the world requires, and your livelihood. When aligned, they create an internal spark. Your health thrives and focus sharpens because your body has a definitive reason to engage. Without this central purpose, physical discipline eventually collapses under the weight of daily stress. Remaining sedentary after waking keeps your metabolism in a low-power state. Physical movement forces systemic activation, waking the cardiovascular system before the workday begins. A single set of push-ups or a brief stretch spikes your oxygen levels and release it, followed by a mid-morning crash. High protein intake provides the stable energy needed for long-duration focus. The principle of hara hachibu dictates that you stop eating when you are 80% full. This prevents the sluggishness associated with overeating by accounting for the 20-minute delay it takes for the brain to receive a fullness signal from the stomach. Once the body is active, the mind requires a reset. Step outside and disconnect from the indoor environment before beginning your most complex tasks. In Japan, Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, is a medically recognized practice for mental recovery, involving slow, observant movement through nature. As this cross-section shows, trees release organic compounds called phytoncides. Inhaling these molecules triggers a biological reaction that significantly reduces your cortisol levels. This chemical shift activates the parasympathetic nervous system, moving you from a state of fight or flight into a stabilized, restorative flow. This transition serves as a neurological reset, restoring the bandwidth necessary for deep, sustained focus. Our digital environments often demand a standard of flawless productivity that is impossible to maintain, leading to early burnout. You can break this cycle with wabi-sabi, the intentional appreciation of the imperfect, the incomplete, and the impermanent. Applying this to your morning means accepting that progress is inherently messy. Demanding a perfect routine often leads people to quit the moment they face a minor setback. Accepting these imperfections eliminates the stress of maintaining a performance, freeing that energy for the actual work. Your willpower acts as a finite battery. Every minor decision and email reply drains your total capacity throughout the morning. Deploy your peak charge against your most difficult, high-friction task first. Accomplish the hardest objective before your brain negotiates or fatigues. This requires the spirit of gammon, the quiet dignity to endure difficulty and push through deep work without seeking external validation or complaint. Compounding productivity is built in these silent hours of execution, where the work itself is the only fuel you require. Even with high discipline, mistakes and fractures in your focus are a statistical certainty when tackling difficult projects. This is kintsugi. It is the practice of repairing broken ceramic with gold, highlighting the fractures rather than hiding them. These cracks represent structural data. They show you exactly where the work failed, allowing you to reinforce those points and rebuild a version of yourself that is functionally stronger. A resilient mind expects these moments of friction and uses the repair process to increase its total value. When you enter a public space having already secured your own focus and energy, you bring a surplus of patience to every interaction. This internal stability allows you to practice omoyari, the proactive consideration of the people around you in shared environments. Because you aren't reactive or mentally depleted, you naturally reduce the friction for everyone you encounter. You anticipate needs and maintain order, which lowers the overall stress of the group. This makes solitary discipline a form of community service.
The peace you cultivate in the morning becomes the harmony you provide to the world. Trying to overhaul every aspect of your life tomorrow morning will likely lead to immediate exhaustion. Kaizen focuses on 1% improvements. These shifts are invisible in the short term, but compound over years into an entirely different trajectory for your life. Choose just one tiny habit to implement tomorrow. Let the repetition of that single choice do the heavy lifting. Significant change isn't a single event. It is quietly constructed, brick by brick, in the solitary and disciplined hours of the morning.